Well, Hamas said it's nearing a ceasefire deal to halt hostilities around Gaza and Israel. We got Matt Bradley joining us from Gaza City to tell us all about this. Matt, thanks for being there. What's going on?
Well, I'm in Gaza City and the negotiations are happening in Cairo, but my understanding of what's happening is that everybody was waiting to hear about a peace treaty or some kind of ceasefire. And in the next, it's starting at around 9 o'clock, and the actual treaty itself, or the truce itself, would start around midnight. And what happened was everybody seemed to back down. And it looked as though Hamas might have said that they were going to step away from that because their terms weren't met.
Okay. Now, does that mean that we're continuing to see rockets being fired both ways and shelling across the border between Israel and Gaza?
Well, I certainly have been hearing the Israeli Navy off the coast hammering the Gaza Strip, and that was about 2 hours ago. What I heard was just extensive gunfire from ships that are docked off this Mediterranean enclave here, and they were really battering the Gaza Strip. And it looked like they were trying to get some final shots in before the ceasefire. But now that seems to have subsided, possibly because we've all been told that the ceasefire won't be happening tonight.
Interesting irony there that it subsides when we're told that the ceasefire isn't happening rather than it would subside if it was happening. Now, what role do we know about Hillary Clinton so far? Is she making any headway behind the scenes?
No, we don't know anything about what she's been doing, and I believe I heard she just arrived in Cairo, so it's not quite clear, what she's up to. We don't have the inside track necessarily in the ongoing negotiations, but from what I understand from Hamas officials that I spoke with today, they aren't impressed that Hillary Clinton is going to be going to Cairo and coming to the region and traveling around. They don't see her as, they don't see the United States administration as a negotiator that they have trust in. They see them, the U.S. as advocates for Israel, and there would be no reason for them to act as though Hillary Clinton's visit is going to be a game changer from their perspective.
Now, what about Ban Ki-moon of the United Nations? Is he managing to help smooth out any tensions?
That I don't know. I don't think that Ban Ki-moon would be taking a direct role in the negotiations. If he would to do that, he would probably appoint an envoy to do that. And right now, the crux, the center of the negotiations, falls right on Egypt, who is well placed, more than any other country in the region, perhaps, to negotiate between Israel, with whom Egypt has a peace treaty, and their Arab partners in Hamas. Hamas is a chapter of the Muslim Brotherhood. And so the Egyptian president, who it comes from the Muslim Brotherhood, is really ideally placed to mediate between these two groups.
Well, and let's hope they can get that done. Now, there's other stuff going on in the Middle East, and there's a little outside the Gaza area, and that's that Turkey. Turkey's Prime Minister Erdogan is calling Israel a terrorist state. That can't be helping matters, can it?
Probably not, but Erdogan has a long history of accusing the Israeli government of really bearing down on the Gazan people. And that was extraordinary back in 2008 when he famously walked off the stage at Davos with an Israeli official while the Israeli official was talking during the strikes on the Gaza Strip in 2008 that ended with the deaths of 1,400 people, mostly civilians. So this isn't new rhetoric from Turkey.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we're going to be talking about this quite a bit more. Thank you very much, Matt Bradley with the Wall Street Journal in Gaza. More on that on WSJ.com.